All right, well, let's keep tinkering. There we go, tripped that back. All right, well, we almost had it. All right, let us see about bending this. Now, the wrong way to do it is to try and bend it while it's in here. But I would just as soon not completely disassemble that if I could make that happen. I suspect that's a fool's errand though. So we might have to undo some springs and try and pop this bad boy out of here to straighten it. So let's see if we can do that without getting ourselves into too much trouble. Let's pop this guy out of here. Now this spring should just, whoop, yeah, just like that. Not too much else under tension. All right, so that spring goes in this orientation. Sorry, and that goes to this one. Now this tiny one I'm going to leave in here for now. Is there anything else holding this guy in here? No. Okay. Okay, little guy. Okay. So you're bent. Let's just carefully shouldn't need much. All right, let's see if that did it. I really hope I didn't just bend that off screen. So I grabbed it like this and gave it a little twist. I don't know if I was on screen or not. And even if I was, I probably was out of focus. But whatever. All right, so we are going to put that back here. All right, so it fits on this little rod in the back. I should just slide right back in here. Just like so. I'm going to put this piece on in a second. Let's go ahead and try and get this spring back on. Which was here, anchored in this hole. All right. Sorry this is fiddly, I'm sure you guys can't see super well. The key for fussing with these springs is to keep your finger over them so they don't ping off into oblivion. And then this little piece just goes right here. That already looks better. Oh, and look at how much better that already actuates. Oh, that's lovely. Okay. Now the next question is, what part of this, so that's on T, right? All right, that little cam activates that. I'm assuming that's a cam of some sort, or it might just be a, yeah, that little piece in there probably expands at some point. No? Maybe? So it pushes it differently as it goes? I don't know, let's find out. So this, yeah, that's our 1/10 of a second. And this should be our faster speeds. Right. So I'm gonna pop this bad boy in here. We're just gonna see if all right, I should make sure this is lined up. That's not too bad. Okay, well, now it stays closed. Not entirely what we were looking for, but well, we've kind of created the opposite problem for ourselves. Okay, we're learning. So we do have one more piece to fix, tweak, adjust, meddle with. I wonder if part of that mechanism might be along the other side. Okay, so let us continue. I'm going to pop this spring back out because this piece is underneath the last one we took out. Is that broken? It looks like there was another piece here, right? So you notice here where this is kind of sheared along this edge. This one has, you know, it's more filled out and has a screw, bearing, something. There's something in there. Oh, here's part of the problem. So this spring is up here. Sorry, I probably keep holding things out of focus, but on this one it has fallen sort of out of that groove. So let's just, yep, up you go. All right. Well, that feels good at least. What other inconsistencies can we find and tweak with? So when I'm tripping this, there we go. Now it's not. Now I might have been putting downward pressure on it. Okay, I see. So this little arm, when it swings forward, should be, let's see if I can show you better. So there's an arm here, right, the bent one, that when you trip the shutter, swings forward, and it should be catching this little spur in here, right? Kind of, okay. Right, so there's the arm that's bent, and as it swings forward, it should catch this little spur in here, right? And that drags the little clockwork spring mechanism back. So that was bent down probably earlier, so it would actually engage that. Unfortunately, it wouldn't close the shutter, right? So you notice on this working shutter, as this swings forward, it catches that little doodad there. Ding, and pulls it back. So, I might have bent it up too much so it's not actually engaging. All right, so let's try. We'll remove the spring and tweak it again. All right, spring out. We know how that goes back in. This one's out of the way. Just gonna gently goose this out. There we go. Ding. Okay. I'll tell you what, we're going to remove the other one so we can get a slightly better look at how it is bent. It's a nice, really aggressive spring. Okay. All right, I'm still zoomed in here. Not too far off. wonder if, let's try this. Swapping parts around, seeing what happens. Seat that all the way in. Connecting that spring. You seem to be mostly in there, but I really don't want you flying off into the abyss. All right. Yep, that's the trick. This little piece just needs some tweaking. Cool. I can do that. I hope. I should be able to. Oh. Let me free. I'll put you all back together in a second. So, yeah, some jeweler's pliers would be amazing. Like some soft nylon tipped bad boys, so I don't mark things up as I'm fussing with things. Hey. Okay. Right. I keep forgetting. Working on the setup, you know, we're getting there. Right. Then this bad boy goes here. Now, I think, are you just not all the way settled in? Is that as far down as you go? Now, what is it we're hung up on? Just got to get everything tuned right, I suppose. Let's get that spring settled all the way down. I know I've already said it. I'm going to say it again. I'm so glad I've got a piece to compare to. Otherwise, this would be ridiculous. Yeah, for those of you who aren't, you know, used to pulling things apart and seeing how they work, I highly recommend it. Try not to pull anything apart you don't think you can put back together to start with. You know, it's like a Rubik's Cube. If you're kind of starting to learn how to play with them, don't do too many steps, because otherwise you're going to have to learn how to solve it to make it work. All right. So you trip this, it pulls this back, and as it slides forward, there's a little arm that pulls this up. And as it pops over and this snaps down, it grabs that little spur and pulls it back. Oh, People are clever. Now I see part of the issue here is this little bad boy popped up. Okay. Cool, cool, cool.